LG Cup Final second game, Park Jong-hwan vs Shin Jinseo and Shin Jinseo vs Park Jong-hwan. Everybody, finally Shin Jinseo became a new champion. I think maybe no one expected Park Jong-hwan will lose by 2-0. But this time, Shin Jinseo's performance was really great and amazing. So finally, even Shin Jinseo beat Park Jong-hwan even second game as well. I think just technically they are all the world champion levels. So even though Park Jong-hwan win or Shin Jinseo win, those are available. People are thinking maybe those can be champion if they play with other people. But now they both of the opponent was so strong. So I can say that in this second game, Park Jong-hwan's mentor was not really recovered after he lost the first game. Now I could see the many passive move from him. Okay, let's start to see this game. The first game, same as the first game, they have played at the star and then Black played the approach. Until now, this is the same as first game. But at the first game, White just get in here, but this time White just answer. And then Black get in here, and this is really popular. So beginning was quite normal, and even White revenge. White also get into the 3-3. Okay, the same shape, and normally in this situation, who walk the center first will be much better. So Shin Jinseo just has played this move, and now this move is quite interesting. If White doesn't play anything there, just like here, then Black can keep press these 3 stones of the White. So normally White has many method, and most of the time it was used, like if Black just block here, and then White can just use the Tetsuji, then this is became a Joseki. If Black just capture this 1 stone like this will be better for White, because if Black plays here, then White can just play Knight move. This 1 stone has to be Knight move position. Now this is a bit low, so now this is not really efficient for Black. So if White just played like this, most of the time Black just captured this 1 stone. But I cannot say it's captured, because since White carry here, Black is not gonna capture like this. Now White left hand side is really good, so Black should keep fight with the cutting like this. So it was used many times, and White has to try to move out with the 2 space jump, or even White can exchange this and try to have a 3 space jump. Yeah, this was used many times. But Park Jong-hwan is thinking, if he plays here, normally this is a vital point, how Black can protect this 1 stone. Otherwise this Knight move is really good for White, and actual game was like that. And if Black just answer here, then White can do same as just now. And then if Black cut here, this exchange is better for White. This was what Park Jong-hwan was thinking. Even White can exchange 1 time first. Yeah, he was thinking this position is much better. So when he plays here, Shin Jinseo said that, oh brother, no, hey, no, I don't accept that. So he just played the Kusumi. So White just try to get the influence, and Black get territory. It seems quite okay. Now no one is losing, no one is winning. So now even after this fight, White getting another corner. So it seems really good. Now no one makes mistake. Okay, now Black choose the double Hane and capture. Now became the lower side is the biggest, and White is attacking. Okay, since this one, Park Jong-hwan has played here. Actually, this is also my first feeling. I don't really want to go to the close way, but AI was recommending this move, because I think if Black approach here, AI doesn't think this is the big. When White just jump, in the future, even White push here, maybe this potential is not big enough. So AI want White to press these 2 stones more than actual game. Okay, but still, no one made a mistake, and White made Sente. If Black doesn't play anything, then White can save these 2 stones back. So Black must answer and then defense here. Okay, This situation, Shin Jinseo was showing me really amazing performance. I think really Black has many choices. Even Black can try to jump to the center, and even think about this one space jump is also possible, but of course it will be a little bit concentrated. If I am Black, maybe I will try to think about this jump first. Basically, I will start from here. But you know, he is the world champion now, so he has played what AI is recommending him. It's really amazing. It's really not easy to think. Okay, first, this attach is not so difficult to find. This is what AI recommend him. So white has to answer and tiger's mouth. This is just, you know, sente is no problem to find. Just after this, AI recommend him to just keep continuing to play Hane like this. I'm not sure he has to do that because you know, we are a human. Even we don't exchange, we can do it anytime. I don't think white is going to connect here like this. Just if white capture and answer here, this will be little bit bad exchange for the end game in the future. Because if he doesn't play anything, even he can have this kind of end game in the future. He exchanged like this, it will be much better than just now. So he didn't exchange. I think this is like the human's method, but you know, AI can judge everything. Maybe AI might be afraid whether white to go here, then which means even black put here this time, white will not answer here, white will just connect here. Then this one stone power is much better for white. Anyway, this is not important point. AI was recommending this exchange and this Kusumi, but this is really not easy to think. I think, yeah, really not easy. So, but you know, Shin Jinseo really show me the perfect performance. He found out this move. Wow, it's really amazing. Yeah, I think still, yeah, I will think about this two space jump, and he really show me why he is became a world champion. Okay, so Park Jung-hwan has to just keep protect his group, and Shin Jinseo is trying to use very aggressive move, and he just Hane and try to push. Then which means if white just stretch here, he wants to separate of the white. White cannot accept this. And even, you know, this is not possible. If he just play here, then white can capture these two stones. It's impossible to save. Like this. So now white just have to capture and black Hane. If white just plays Hane here, then of course black can capture all of the white. This is impossible, you know, it's too big. So Park Jung-hwan has to just take care of these three stones separately with this group. So he attached here. So until now it's still great. Now both of them didn't make any mistake. And then black just have to keep separate, and Park Jung-hwan has to keep focus on this group, because now this is much stronger than this one. So he just makes sente and then one space jump. Now if he doesn't play this move like this, then there is cutting method. White cannot cover, you know, there are two cutting points. So white has to make sente first and here. Okay, since this Shin Jinseo wants to keep bother white group and white jump, at this moment, the Shin Jinseo made a little mistake. This is the actual game. You can see that black attach, and which means if he is touching this group, Shin Jinseo is looking forward to attack this group. Which means if white plays here, then he can push, and maybe he can think about this kind of attacking method. Even he might think about this as well, because now this black is thick enough. But this was the, you know, the speed was not fast enough. Park Jung-hwan can just stretch one time, because if he doesn't play and he just cover here, this Hane will be so painful. And now this one stone is became lonely, so he has to accept one time. In this kind of situation, Hane is not right method, because now white is basically defending, is not attacking. So if black just cut here, then white has to take care much more group. Now even you have to take care of this one stone as well. You have to cover this weakness And when Shin Jinseo just keep play here, main point is that you cannot take care of these two stones anymore because now this is not strong enough. And if you are just answering here, if even this is good for black, and even black can try to keep save this one, and white has to take care of two groups again. So in this situation, Hane is not really right method. So Park Jong-hwan answered perfectly, and then Shin Jinseo push. But why this was mistake? Because Shin Jinseo has to just play two space jump. If white plays here, I don't think Shin Jinseo has to play here. You know, this black is perfectly strong, so black can just stretch here. So black doesn't have to be slow as actual game. So it was little mistake. So Park Jong-hwan catch up the chance, and he just tried to use the amazing Tetsuji. Yeah, he was also, you know, showing me why he was many times of the world champion. So he Hane and then cut. On the interview after Shin Jinseo won this game, he told them like, "Oh, I couldn't expect this move. That's why the game was not really good for me." Yeah, he was saying like that. So this was amazing Tetsuji, because if he just capture one stone, white can put here like this. Now white can make very thick position. So of course black has to tarry, and here if black just capture this one stone, then white can make the amazing sacrifice. Now became the upper side as a no value. White can do it by sente and then try to return. Now left hand side is really perfectly white territory, and even these two stones are weaker. So Shin Jinseo cannot accept. Shin Jinseo just has to lose some end game like this. If black capture this one stone like here, then in the future white can make this call, then which means right now of course it doesn't work, which means this can be close to be center as well, like this. Then which means that it's really good for end game for white. So black just need to connect. So until now, Park Jong-hwan's performance was really no problem. So I could feel like, he was mentally and psychologically he recover the first game result. But after this, his psychology was not stable. Maybe he was feeling a bit nervous, or I can fear about that, because at the first I don't understand about this move. Yeah, this is not making it's not pressing this black, and even, you know, white cannot press this group. This is just one of the defense with end game. But if he wants to play this area, of course he can play this way, and or even jump here. Even if he can't make the big territory here, still the side was much valuable. I don't think black is gonna capture this one stone. Even white made a tiger's mouth, then it's not really helpful for black. So now this is the Park Jong-hwan's first mistake. And okay, Shin Jinseo tried to make the Aji. Okay, at that moment, I think still this was difficult to play. Then normally this Joseki was changed a lot since AI. Long time ago, black just tried to have a sacrifice like this. Yeah, it was the old Joseki, and maybe many people were thinking white was good enough. But nowadays, black doesn't really try to play, and black just trades here. Wow, it's really totally changed. If white just connect here, now sacrifice position was much better because number 2 is better than here. Then now this one stone is nothing. But if white just has played it like Hane and connect, then still black doesn't play anything, and black can try to Hane here. Still inside has Aji, so now the valuation is quite difficult, and black's this using Aji method is completely changed since AI. Okay, but Park Jong-hwan was thinking, since this move, I think, yeah, starting from here, Park Jong-hwan made 3 big mistakes and just lose by point. It was quite passive, and I cannot believe this was Park Jong-hwan's move. So I really thought that his psychologically and mentally, he couldn't recover perfectly from the 2 days ago, that game. Okay, when Shin Jinseo get into the 3-3, so Park Jung-hwan just wants to get the potential, I mean the influence. If this is no normal move, then I think still Shin Jinseo has to do that. Then white has to Hane, and when black capture, and then white can just keep trying to fight at the outside. Of course, black got a lot for the territory. So this is the right method for both of them. And Shin Jinseo is saying like, okay, brother, I can get everything. So I will get all the territory. That means if white just capture, and Shin Jinseo wants to play same as just now, just like you see that here, 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 here. In this situation, black must capture. You can't connect because white can just capture these two stones. But just now, if there is this exchange, instead of capturing, you don't have to give up these two stones. You can just connect this area. Because in the future, there is the core, but this core will be better for black. White has to win 2 times if white wants to complete this one. So now this is what Shin Jinseo wants. Just please capture this one. I want to save everything. But actually, this was the overplay. Shin Jinseo shouldn't do that if Park Jung-hwan has played the right move. But I really don't understand from now. Yeah, I was so sad. Really, I wanted to see the third game, but Park Jung-hwan was suddenly so passive. He just jumped here, and then Shin Jinseo saved everything. I'm not sure even this is worse than capturing. And then Park Jung-hwan just has blocked here. I think maybe there are 2 reasons. Maybe just technically Park Jung-hwan's reading, I mean the counting of the territory was the wrong. Maybe he might have a wrong judgment about it, or just the psychology was not that stable. That could be the reason. Now white 1 move, this move, 3rd move, white is only getting very little thing, but black break all the white corner, so it's impossible to be better for white. Yeah. So since this one, just Park Jung-hwan lost by point easily. Shin Jinseo, of course, after that, Shin Jinseo's performance was still great, but now since white plays here, white didn't have any chance. And let's see what was the losing move. White just has to separate. If white separate of the black, this fighting was better for white. I think just both of them are thinking this fighting was available for black because this white was not thick enough. But this fighting is still not possible for black. Just white tarry and white try to go out here. Since this one cutting is not possible, this is a ladder. Yeah, this ladder is working right now. So after white plays here, which means black has to save. If black just move on this way, white can just connect together. So nothing is in danger. And if black just pushed here, now if white stretch here, still black can try to think about this fighting. Even that this fighting is not bad for white, but white is a much better move. White can just hane and try to make black just go out, and still we can be together when black cut, and white can just play stretch here. Still this fighting was available for white. It's quite complicated, but when black just connect here, white can use such kind of tesuji like here and just try to make the capturing race. It was quite difficult, but still white can be a better fighting now. He could be better. But really this one is, I think it wasn't really understandable. And since black just hane, white put here. After this, it was really Shin Jinseo time. Yeah, really Shin Jinseo showed the perfect performance, and black just push 1 time. And this is sente, as I show you. If white doesn't answer anything, even this hane is good. And if white just stretch here, as I told you, Shin Jinseo doesn't want to exchange this move for the end game. So now white made sente. This one white has to answer. I mean black has to answer. Okay. And then now is the show time. Black really try to use the good control. Shin Jinseo was showing me how I can use my control. If you are just counting the territory balance right now, still white territory condition is not bad. You know this one, let's try to count. This is 8 point and 10, 20, about 25 here, and this one including about a bit less than 30, 40. White is over than 40 without komi. Black is about, this is 10, this is about 20 and 26, 36, about 40. Black is also 40 points as well. So it seems it can be possible to have a misjudge about the territory balance, but Shin Jinseo used it perfectly, his control. He showed us how he can change back his control to territory. So now he start to do that. Now he just hane here. Still this white is not stable, so white has to cover and he just try to attack. Actually, at this moment, black just has to connect. It was better. And this is making big end game in the future. So now count will be became little bit changed. White territory will be already a bit smaller. But Shin Jinseo wants to be keep aggressive. Maybe this was not really happy for Park Jung-hwan, but still this was much difficult for black. He has to block here and he has to separate this group. Still I can say black is better, but even if what Park Jung-hwan has played here, even in the future, this hane and then tiger's mouth can make something because there is cutting point as well, like here. Now, of course, Park Jung-hwan, Shin Jinseo shouldn't play block here. But anyway, this is sente, which means white can save at the upper side, and even white can separate this black. So Park Jung-hwan shouldn't defend. Just he was take caring about his eye shape. But since this exchange and then Shin Jinseo just connect together, and then when Park Jung-hwan take care of the weak group, and then okay, reduce here, and Park Jung-hwan has to answer. This territory is not so big. If he has played here, then this has Aji again, like such kind of Aji. It's not really clean. Even Atari here, or even black can do this way first. Even it doesn't work right now, then black can use many ways, which means if black is little bit thicker, always white has to care about this Aji. So Park Jung-hwan just backstab one time. Okay, after that, Shin Jinseo show us what is the meaning of attack. Now, finally, black did everything what he can do that by sente, and then he has to return to the lower side. You know, right now, black didn't have any territory just now. Just there is a white one weak stone. So now he pressed with amazing Tetsuji. Normally when we are approaching, we are going until here from white stone and this one. But you know, now those are not really efficient. Just he has to press as much as possible. So now this is making white to be stronger, but it doesn't matter. And if I just can get all the territory here, you know, just now black was about 40 points, but you know how much can he make? Over than 15. So it's impossible. So white just has to play this way. Then now push here, and black is sharing the both of hane. If white just stretch here, black can hane here. Still is over than 15. Is amazing. And actual game, white just stretch it the right hand side, and then hane this way. You know, now the territory balance is different. Became black's territory balance is better, so white cannot chase. Even white is not that thick. So now originally white is supposed to play like this, but Park Jung-hwan realized that now it's impossible to win because black's territory balance is just good. So now Park Jung-hwan tried to get some point, like hane here. I think at that time maybe Park Jung-hwan regret a lot about maybe his wrong counting or something, the past of the mistake of his past. And okay, you know, even this is enough for black, but you know who is the black? Shin Jinseo. He is like a pronoun of the aggressive. So now he just keeps saving this one stone. He wants to just complete this fighting. So Park Jong-hwan has to go out, and then Shin Jinseo just cut here. Now Park Jong-hwan has to save here, and then Shin Jinseo connect here. I think this is the last mistake. Now almost, I think Park Jong-hwan's psychologically now is not easy to take care at this moment, but still Park Jong-hwan has to save these two stones. It was much harder for him. Harder for Shin Jinseo. Of course, it's still not easy to win, even like this. But I think this way was more difficult for Black. But just the Park Jong-hwan cannot accept, if he just play passive way, he cannot win this game. So he just try to go out. He can't accept this Atari. And even Black is getting some point, and he cannot catch this one. Then it's impossible to win. That was what he felt. But Shin Jinseo, he really have a punch. Wow. And Park Jong-hwan need to keep safe. Even though he saved this group, if these two stones are captured, it's impossible to win. Even in the future, Black can keep bother the white. So white has nothing to do. So he is just keep overplay, even though he knows this is over. And then keep trying to move out, but he is keep pressing both of white. Shin Jinseo is saying like, even I just kill one group is good enough. I don't have to kill anything. But Park Jong-hwan is saying, no, I have to save both of them. And now Shin Jinseo, okay, then you get my 4 stones, brother. I don't mind. I can give you. I will just capture this lower side. And now, what does Park Jong-hwan has to do? He has to save even this group, and even he has to save these 4 stones. So now white is basically very busy, you know, but it's impossible to save. I was so sad. I really wanted to see the third game. Okay. After this, Park Jong-hwan was keep trying to make the eye shape, but Shin Jinseo was keep, you know, like this. This is a fake eye. It's impossible to make 2 eyes. So Park Jong-hwan has to keep trying, you know, cannot resign right now. Even at the first game, Shin Jinseo was 99%, he was losing, but he just made the luck, miracle. So Park Jong-hwan has to keep find the miracle as well. But you know, Shin Jinseo was like, he is making the attacking balance perfectly. You know, this is kind of a defensive. You know, if he just tried to capture like this, one time white just tried to hane and cut. Sometimes the white might be, the black might be more dangerous when you are attacking. Like when you are saving here, I told you that it was fake eye, and even white might have a true eye like this. Because now white is ready to cut, and when you connect here, anyway, such kind of agi is very dirty. So when you are attacking, you have to always care about your weakness as well. So Shin Jinseo show me that perfectly, which means if white, even the white try to save into black's territory, and then you can just try to get this 2 stone, and even you can return to capture these 4 stones. Because he knows that he was leading by a point. So basically we have to get something from attacking. It's not like the trying to kill first. And when your opponent makes overplay, because they know their point is not enough, at that time you need to have a big punch. That is called attacking. So Shin Jinseo's attacking was perfect. You know, Park Jong-hwan is keep. Just now he knows that he 99% lose. So he has nothing to do. Even he has to capture here, he has to save, and he has to save this group. So impossible now. Okay, now Shin Jinseo finally tried to capture this group. And this is the, okay, now when white just want to save this one, okay, brother, you can get 3 stones. I don't mind. Now, I don't want to capture all of them. Now the inside agi will be dirty. I don't want to see that. So since black connect here, this white is captured already. And then Shin Jinseo, if he is a little bit passive, like he just answer one more move into the territory, then Park Jong-hwan might chase again with the territory balance. So Shin Jinseo doesn't give that chance. Here, he save all the group again. If white just goes out, then we can say goodbye with the 4 stones, and like this. This is not good, not enough for white. Impossible to be enough. and white has to keep trying something. But you know, now this capturing race is not enough for white. If white just keep trying to chase like this, even though black just try to surround from outside, black is winning this capturing race. Now white has just 4 liberties, black has a black has a 4 liberties and the white has a 2 liberties. It's impossible. You know, Park Jong-hwan could be very sad. He has to control, how to say, he has to tidy his psychology, his mind. He would be very sad. So he has keep trying something more, 4 steps more, like here, and it's no meaning. And then finally, Shin Jinseo became a new champion. So even 2 days ago, the first game and the second game, those games were very amazing. But just little bit, I was little bit sad if Park Jong-hwan, psychologically, if he was handling a bit better, this was, I think I could see even third game as well. Anyway, I really want to say congratulations to Shin Jinseo because he was really champion. He really showed me why he can be a champion. Even in the beginning, the middle fighting, he really did it what AI was showing. It was really not easy move. This kind of Kosumi, yeah. Even Park Jong-hwan could be quite sad. Still, I want to say, he was also the champion. So I hope him to just take care about his mind, and he want to be. I want him to be a champion again in the future. So it was great game. How did you see? Okay. I don't think still their match 1 was finished. I think this is just beginning. They will meet many times in the important game. So now I can say those 2 players were the best player. Okay, thank you very much for watching the long video, and I will make another useful video and find you again. Thank you very much, everybody. See you. Bye bye.